Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the GC360 podcast that's filmed right here in the Garden City, New York Media Studio. I'm your host, Erica Becker, and on the show, I have some of the most interesting and fun people in the community on to talk about their lives and their businesses. And today, I have a really, really cool story to share with you. I have with me Karen Cardoso. She is started as a handbag designer, and now she's a business owner of Bolsa Nova handbags. So, Karen, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you. Now, you have a great story, and so I just want to just get right into it. You started as a handbag designer, right? So how did you get into doing that?
I went to FIT years and years and years ago, and I graduated with a fashion illustration background, and I got my first job in an accessory company. Started doing wallets and kind of moved up through the ranks, and then became a handbag designer. I've been a handbag designer for over 20 years in the city, working for many brands, managing $40 million plus accounts.
Wow.
Working with Nicole Miller and Jessica Simpson and all these like name brands. But it was never my name. I always said I'm a ghost designer. I was always behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
So designing for that many, I mean, I can't even imagine thinking of 20 years worth of different handbag designs. That's so wild. So working with the different designers, did they have sort of some limitations with each brand that you worked with on how you could do the designs?
Yeah, I mean, especially with Nicole Miller, we'd have to like come up with a whole line and then kind of present it to her and explain to her why it would work for the customers we were selling it to and so on, and she would like approve it or say tweak it or so on, and then we would go from there. It was like that with all licensing brands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it kind of sounds like the Devil Wears Prada movie.
Is
that what your life is like?
No, they were actually very nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. That's refreshing. So from designing for 20 years with all these fabulous people, and then now you own your own handbag company.
Yeah,
so how did that transition
work?
Kind of
crazy. I didn't even know. It kind of always been a dream of mine, but I was always too scared, very scared to do it, go off on my own, had little kids at home, needed a stable life. Mm-hmm. I also got really tired of working so many hours, traveling so much. And I just, came to a point where my company was kind of like closing divisions, and I kind of had a chance, to like do something different.
Yeah.
And I asked my husband, like, can I do this? Because it was really scary. And we wanted to make sure we could pay the bills.
Sure.
And I did, and thank God he supported me. He's a gift. Mm-hmm. And it's been like over 5 years.
Congratulations.
And I started doing a lot of consulting to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So I did a lot of consulting work in the beginning. Started making bags out of China. Tariffs went up. I couldn't afford that anymore, and I moved the entire production to Italy. So a lot of pivoting. Mm-hmm. It didn't just happen smooth. It was a lot of change along the way. But everything's made in Florence now. I absolutely love it.
Florence, wow.
Yeah.
Italian leather handbags, everybody. That is amazing. I definitely want to get into talking about this Italian leather, but we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will get right into that after these messages.
My father never stops moving, but after he had a brain aneurysm, he had a difficult time getting back to his normal routine. That's when I called Alliance Services. They paired him with Rosa. She developed a custom home care plan that helped him with his recovery.
Rosa helped me gain my independence back.
Alliance Services, helping older adults continue to live well and independent.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the GC360 podcast. If you're just now tuning in, I have a fabulous guest with me, Karen. She is the owner of Bolsa Nova handbags, and we were just getting into how your handbags are made and where they're made. So let's talk more about Italy, because I want to hear all about this.
Yeah, well, after traveling to like China for so many years, and nothing wrong with China, I have a lot of friends there, and there were amazing factories there. Now I get to go to Florence.
Yeah.
And literally they are like 20 minutes outside of Florence. So it's great. I get to travel with my girlfriends, and I actually brought my older daughter this time with me.
Wow.
And,
How often do you go?
like once a year.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so we get to, enjoy that whole experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the bags are all made in, it's all washed leather, and that's what they specialize in, the factories I work with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's made in like a white or undyed leather, and then it is put into these large, like, for lack of a better word, washing machines.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made in, so it's dyed with all these veg dyes, which is very good for the environment. I mean, it's non-toxic.
Love that.
They get rinsed, they get air dried on these huge, like, washing racks.
Oh, cool.
Like, or drying racks, I just say that hang from the ceiling. If anyone follows me on Instagram, I have posted it. I will post more of those.
Good. I was going to say that would be cool
Yeah.
to see.
And so they dry, and then they get tumbled. It's like 7 steps
Oh, wow.
to get like this buttery, soft, beautiful, vintage-looking leather.
Mm-hmm. And we have one of them here. I'm going to feel it again. I felt it earlier, but
It's
it
badass.
feels so smooth. I know they can't see it, but they
just-
can't feel it. They can see it.
The leather also from Italy is very thick, so you get that like beautiful, thick, beautiful butter soft leather, and you don't have to use much interlining. It's all leather.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. And so then these are top quality. They last a long time.
Yeah, leather lasts forever if you take good care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is it designing and being the business owner? You got to be busy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I jumped in kind of blind, and I'm not great at all the other stuff. So
You must have help, right?
Not a lot.
Wow.
I have help now. I have a lot of consulting help. So I have people who work remotely that help me, advise me, and so on. But when you have your own business, you have to learn it, and you have to know what's going on, and you have to follow the money, and you have to make sure that everything's in check, and you have to budget, and learn Instagram and learn all these programs. So it's not for taken lightly. Anyone who wants to start a business, it's all comes, like, it just takes over your life.
Yeah.
But on the second hand, I'm home with my kids when I want to be. So I can leave the office, I can go pick up my daughter, we can go get coffee, which we do every day. And
Love to hear
we
it.
have mama time, and then I
Yeah.
can go back and do the rest of my job.
That's great.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk also about the name, Bolsa Nova Handbags. How did that come about?
Making a name for a company is rough, because it's a long process, and I thought I had a few names, even developed hardware, and then was told I couldn't use it in the end.
Why?
Because someone had the name somewhere, and there was a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So my husband was a big help in the beginning on all aspects, so he had come up with it, actually. I can't even take
cool.
credit for it. It means new handbag in Portuguese.
I love that.
And was born in Brazil. He's Portuguese, and we have a lot of family in Portugal, so it's a big love of ours. And it just made sense. And he even designed the logo by hand, and I just kind of tweaked it and made it into like this beautiful thing.
Oh my gosh. Like power couple. I love that he supports you like that.
Yeah, he's an architect, so he's very creative. Yeah.
That's great. And Bolsa Nova is also the dance style, right?
So
or the
Bolsa-
music
it's
style.
Bolsa. So BOSSO. Nova is Brazilian jazz that we absolutely love too. So it kind of was hand in hand with the vibe and the happiness and all that. You're like being outside in another country and vacation, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of vibe you want to bring, like for your customers, and whenever people are using the handbag, you want to give them that
feel
confidence.
good.
Yeah.
It's all about feeling good. I will never design an overly structured bag. I don't like them. I think they're like a rock. If you can kill someone with your bag, I don't want to carry it.
Yeah.
So everything I have is supposed to be comfortable, feel good against your body, feel good in your hands. It's all about that.
Yeah. And so this one is one of your newest designs, correct?
This is the Valentina bag. She's adorable.
Yes,
I'm
she
actually
is.
personally carrying her, so I just stuff in here, and she's launching within weeks into a month.
Okay.
So, and I have
Awesome.
tons of colors. Unfortunately, I just brought black with me, but the colors in this leather dye beautifully. So.
Yeah, I was looking at your Instagram earlier, and I was looking at all the different bags, just picking which ones that I like the most. There are a lot of great colors.
So you can come look at all of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I had another question for you. You're not just an online store.
No.
You're distributed. You have some good news, actually. Some exciting stuff.
So, we'll be launching in Dillard's on the floor in fall, which is a big deal.
That's a really big deal.
It's a test. It's 14-store launch, but it's a brand on the floor. I'm sitting with other brands. I kind of pitching myself because I can't wait to actually see it happen. I'm going to cry, I think.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm excited for you.
We do have a lot of success. Like, I've been a Free People online, and it's been really successful. We've had a lot of really bestsellers, and they're such good partners. And I've been in anthropology. We have a lot of talks in the works that I can't even mention yet with a lot of new people. And then I have some great sales reps on the West Coast that sell all over the West Coast and Mid-America and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dillard's, Anthropology, and Free People are all names that everybody knows. So that's a big deal to be part of all of that. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about designing handbags? You've been doing it for a long time.
I don't even know. It's hard to pinpoint. I just always like to be creative. I get how to do it. I know how to do it with my eyes closed. I love picking color. It's my number one first thing I'll do. And when I start a line, I will look at color. Because color inspires me. I know I'm just in black and white. Everyone says that to me. Could I tell them that? I'm always in black.
That's funny.
I don't know. It's an oxymoron, but I absolutely love
Patrice
color.
is going to give you one. Where's your color?
I know. So so that's where I start. I look at what's going on in the market. I look at what's trending. Right now, our big sling bags are huge. It's a huge seller for us.
Yeah. What is trending right now with handbags?
The slings, the huge sling bag that we do for them. It's called the Bella bag. So it's the number one seller for us right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So just looking at the market, figuring out. It's a challenge. Hitting it right. Making sure. And then when you get that bag, when it's finally made, it's so fun, because it's like
satisfying.
Oh, it looks so good,
Yeah.
And then getting it in all the right colors and all that. It's such a nice presentation.
Yeah, definitely. So do you have a process whenever you're going about designing a new line or a new handbag? Do you have kind of a creative process that you go through?
That's pretty much it. Is like the color. I always start with color. I know if I'm doing hardware, you have to start with hardware because it takes so long. And I used to be a huge hardware person and developing my own. These don't have as much of my exclusive hardware. It's more like just roller buckles and studs right now, and that's kind of the look I like. But that I'd have to do. There's certain things you have to do ahead of time. Pick your leather, make sure you know what you're doing, color, and then just start sketching. Look at what's out there and trying to put things together and so on. And
sounds fun.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most challenging thing about being a business owner?
Financing, probably. Trying to get, as a small business owner, it's very hard to get financing. No bank really wants to finance you if you don't have sales, right? So you need to have sales before you get financing, and then to get sales, you need financing. So it's kind of
chicken or the egg,
right?
right?
Exactly. So I did a lot of consulting work. So I freelanced my butt off in the beginning just to finance the business. So I wasn't even taking money. I was just making money and putting it right back into the business. And moving slowly, I think, because sometimes you want to jump so fast and take everything. And I've been trying to just go slow, just go slow, make it right, build the brand, make sure it's the right story, make sure it has the right meaning. We do support a lot of charities locally. We do a lot of anything women's groups, like the Bethany House, the Hewlett House, we've done a lot of work with. I've supported other people like Bigger Than Beads, which is also a local charity. It would just help Uganda. They make the beaded beads out of Africa. They bring them here and they sell them. And they built schools there for the families and the kids, and the women make money. It's an amazing charity. We've actually gotten that placed at Free People also for them. So just helping is really my I love designing bags, but it's a bag. right? If I can't do any good with it, then it means nothing.
Sure.
Right? So that's the whole point, is just like, how can I give back, right? And even to inspire younger, girls.
Yeah. I
or
think
men,
giving
for that matter.
right.
Yeah.
I think giving back is very important. We love that here too. So it's a good synergy, and like you said, it's beautiful and it's creative and it's fun and it's what you love, but if it's not gonna go anywhere further,
Yeah, then it's just a product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's definitely more, and that's why probably people feel so good when they do have your handbags, because there's a lot of love behind it, not just in the designing.
I try. It's all about love.
Yeah. So you said you have kids, right?
Yeah, so I have a 21-year-old. I can't believe she's just 21.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. And a 16-year-old. And it's beautiful watching them grow up. And I've been able to spend a lot more time with them since I had my business, because I can control my time, and that's everything. That was really my why when I started it. I just wanted my life the way I wanted my life to run.
And now you can.
Yes, you can.
How do they feel about your business? Do they think it's? If my mom designed handbags, I would be telling everybody.
They're teenagers, so no.
Yeah.
They think I'm dorky sometimes,
Wow.
and stuff. But I think underneath it all, they're proud. My older daughter just actually did a shoot with me. She's beautiful, and she did 2 girls that I had in my studio, her and this other model. And the photo shoot came out beautiful. I was like so thankful for her to help me. So she's like in my business a little bit, but she's way smarter than me. She's a computer science COG major, so she's like not gonna do fashion.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's amazing that she got to be part of the shoot with you. That's really great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So you said this new design is going to be out when?
In a few weeks.
In a few weeks?
Yeah.
Great.
Probably a month. I'd just be safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if people want to shop for your handbags or check out the designs, what's the best way for them to look? And they can buy online, correct?
So you can buy on Bolsa Nova Handbag. So it's BOLSANOVA, handbags with an S. And then there's links to my Instagram. My Instagram is Bolsa Nova Handbags with an underscore between each word. Instagram is my #1 go-to. It links to Facebook, so everything on Instagram is on Facebook. And I have a store in Hewlett, New York, which is open 10 to 2 or for private shopping.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
So my phone number, every email, everything goes to us. So if you want to make an appointment, it's best to go to the website.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then you're in Free People, and then soon to be Dillard's.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of places people can find your
I'm
bags.
actually on Dillard's online right now, but the in-store is huge. It's
Okay.
a totally different.
Well, yes,
it's a totally different
but
thing.
if people want to get something now, they could go on there.
Yeah. The best is to just go on the website. That's everything that's on stock, pretty much.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think is your favorite design that, since you started the business yourself, what do you think has been, do you have a favorite design?
I mean, I like hobos. Like, I'm a bad slouchy hobo, but right now this is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, the Valentina.
Yeah, because she's not so big and she fits a lot.
Yeah, and it's flexible.
Yeah.
I love how it feels too. And you mentioned something.
And being adjustable, like you make the strap any length you want.
Yeah.
And it just fits
It's
your body.
adorable. Mm-hmm.
It's body.
And it feels good, like you said. And you mentioned something that about the oils from your hands getting on the leather.
Well, no, people worry about like the care, and it just, I've seen my bags and my friends, I've used them for years, and it just develops a beautiful patina over time with the natural oils on the leather will actually like moisturize the leather.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they do get better with time. As long as you don't drop ink or oil, like full on oil on it.
Right.
Not good on any leather.
Yeah. So what's the best way to care for real leather then?
I mean, I normally I don't do anything on my bags, I have to be honest, because I just love the hand feel of them, and I don't want them to change too much. I just wipe them down with a damp cloth. But you can use any products on them. They just could change the color slightly.
Okay.
They could darken it.
So watch out for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, so many good tidbits. I love it. And I love the inspiration behind the name, and I love your inspiration to become a business owner was to really take control of your life. That's so wonderful. Yeah. So what would you say to anyone who is looking to to take control of their own life too and maybe start a new business, what kind of advice would you give them?
To have a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get a business plan. Really understand how you're going to finance it. Who's your customer? All that stuff that is hard to do.
Yeah.
is important to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Karen, thank you so much for being on the show. I love your bags. I love your story. And I hope that everyone gets to check out all of her beautiful designs on the website and on Instagram. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the GC360 podcast. This episode was sponsored by Alliance Services, and we will see you next time.